Hi friends, it's Udhaya from Backyard Garden Highlights. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today in this video I'm going to talk about how to prune the shrub roses. So let's get into the video and see how I am pruning the rose bushes and how they are performing in the upcoming months. So let's get into the video. For pruning the rose bushes, there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind. One, to start with, look at the plant and see how you want to shape, how you want to prepare your plant. Usually I try to have that in a kind of a round shape, so it's not like too tall. So that's what I'm going to do. I think last year I have pruned up to this, and you can prune these rose bushes. Of course it depends on the variety, but this you can prune up to almost 2/3 of the plant. So I'm going to see how much height I want to have in my plant, so I'm going to prune that. Based on various research on rose pruning last year, I had a successful pruning because I know that this double knockout rose did a great show for me. So I'm going to follow those basic and simple pruning this year as well. Second thing you want to consider is start removing dead, damaged and diseased branches so you can have a healthy plant. So you can look at some of the branches have black spots. So those are the one you need to make sure cut them out. And any diseased branches that you need to remove them. And anything that crosses, right? So this is not a good example, but I'm just showing guys, like any branches that crosses over, that is another thing you need to remove. I need to make sure there are good amount of air circulation for the bush. Right now they are skeleton, but once they start put up the leaf growth, you need to have enough space for airflow so they are not prone to any fungal infection and disease spreading. So that is another thing. So you can see how many healthy branches you have, and you can see that one seems to be kind of damaged, and you can see some branches look really healthy. So that's, I think that's another thing you need to see. Make sure if you want to remove any branches, and if there are any dead branches that you need to remove, those things you can take care. See this branch, you can see it's kind of diseased, doesn't look good. So this is something you should get rid of it so it doesn't damage the entire plant. This is not a healthy stem. It is split, cracked and looks brown, unlike a green healthy stem. I don't know what has caused this stem to break like this, but I'm going to follow down to where the stem looks bad and snip it off. Look at the thorns. I don't know what happened to this branch. You can see it looks really odd. Next thing you want to consider is removing any crossing branches. Crossing branches scratches each other during wind and end up with a diseased or damaged stem down the line. So it's a good idea to remove any one of them right now to have a healthy stem grow, instead of removing both of them later in the line. Okay, now I have completed the pruning for this rose bush. I also have one more in my front porch. That's most of the time it's covered with full of shade. I think the learning that I have had from my last few years of rose growing is it doesn't matter what kind of plant you are growing. If the plant needs more sun, and if you are planting them in a non-favorable location like shady spot, they are prone to disease. That's what I think I'm learning from rose, at least. So I have this similar knockout rose plant in both spots, but I think the one has a full sun looks really much healthier than the one I have in the front porch, which does have a lot of shade. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked watching this video. I'll see you in another video. Please support my channel by subscribing, commenting and sharing it with your friends.